What is up, guys? It's Caitlin B and welcome back to my channel. Today, if you guys can tell, I don't know if you can or not, but I'm on my vlog camera again. I've been shooting a bunch of videos on my vlog camera here. I hope you guys like it. I feel like you guys like my videos a little bit more raw, unfiltered, just like feeling like you're hanging out with me. And for some reason, I feel like my vlog camera just like portrays that better than my DSLR, which is obviously like great quality and just a little bit more professional and everything. But sometimes I just feel like the video topic or the video type that I'm doing, I just feel like I can like relate to you guys more when I'm on my vlog camera. I don't really know why that is, but when I'm doing like my what I eat in a day videos, for example, I just love like vlogging, like doing a vlog style as opposed to the super artsy, like where it takes me a long time to edit. But you guys seem to like the vlog style as well better. Glad that we can agree on that. But today's video, I haven't prepared at all. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you guys, which I feel like you probably like. It's probably going to be a long video, so it's a great video to watch if you're getting ready for the day, making breakfast or lunch, or just hanging out at the end of the day, wanting to unwind and just hang out with someone. Maybe you guys can relate to me on the topic that I'm talking about today, or you just want a little life update, because this video is all about just a life update, where I'm at, and just for me, like this topic especially, it's more helpful for me to talk to people and just like keep expressing where I'm at currently with the situation, and hearing like other people's opinions or questions, and will just like help make me think about something a little differently or something that I may have not thought of before, which is really helpful. I know sometimes like bringing my issues or things going on in my life, like opening up a little bit to the internet, it's great because I get so many opinions on this, so I can like think about things in so many different ways, or questions that I hadn't thought of before from so many different people. But also I think that can kind of pose like on the opposite spectrum, like pose an issue, because there are going to be like, no one's going to 100% agree. It may make it more difficult for me, but at the same time I feel like it's going to be more helpful. And you guys are just like unreal amazing, and I feel like we are all so incredibly similar. Like my subscribers, you guys, like I consider you guys my friends, honestly. I don't mean that in like a dumb like YouTuber way, like you guys are my friends, like besties. I've met so many of you guys in person and we are so similar, and I feel like if we lived in the same city, like we would hang out all the time. I just got back yesterday from Seattle, and Alex and I went there for the first time last year for our anniversary trip, and we were only there for 3 days because he was still in school. I technically was like in online class as well, but he couldn't take off like a long time out of school, right? Because it was like the beginning, I think it was like the first week of school or something. So we went for like 3 days. It was really, really short, and we didn't get to like experience all of Seattle. We stayed downtown Seattle. We booked it so last minute. I remember it was like just one cute little boutique hotel, and it ended up being so amazing. We got a huge room and we got a little taste of Seattle then, and it was like, it's so random because I'd never felt inclined to ever visit there. I was actually trying to get him to go to San Francisco because I hadn't been there in so long and I have family up there. But he was like, you know what, I've heard such great things about Seattle. I love the music scene. Like, let's just go there. I think it'd be really fun. So we ended up doing that, and I'm really glad we did because we just fell in love with it. It was such a short amount of time that we were there, but I don't know. I felt different going there. I don't know. Like, I just felt so at ease when I visited there for the first time, even though it was so short. But we went on such a beautiful weekend. It was like bumper shoots weekend. And it was just like beautiful weather. I did a couple of videos from there, like a vegan what I eat in a day video, and then a fun travel diary video. So I'll link those below if you guys want to check out and like see our first little trip to Seattle. I don't know, like we both left that trip feeling like, whoa, we need to like, we can totally see ourselves living here. This is so our scene. Like we just felt so good there, and we're just completely enamored with Seattle, like after like 3 days. And I just remember like leaving there and I was instantly looking up apartments. So I wasn't even living in LA long, and I love LA so much. So the fact that I was like whoa, like Seattle is so cool. Kind of blew my mind a little bit because I just didn't expect to feel so in tune with a different city. I don't know. I immediately started looking at apartments just for fun, and I found some beautiful ones, and I had only seen like 2 parts of Seattle at that point. I think it was like Capitol Hill and like downtown. So I was looking more at like downtown and found some just beautiful places, and I was like picturing myself there. I remember even showing Sarah, I was like, look at this apartment, like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's just fun to look at other apartments in different cities and like see the price difference from like one city to another. It's very entertaining, at least for adults, grandmas like me and Sarah. But it's really fun to just like, I don't know, they're so different going from city to city, even in the same state, but especially from state to state. Like, it's so crazy to see like what apartment I could get in back home in Minnesota for the same price as in LA, and then versus like in Seattle. So it's just like wide differences. Started like to get back down to earth a little bit because I was like, I just moved here like to LA, got back down to earth, and we're like, okay, like maybe that'd be a great place for us to move in a few years, or like 5 years or more once we're done with LA, or you know, maybe like that'll be like our settle down place, because neither of us ever wanted to like live in LA forever. Like, we just don't see ourselves here like raising a family. That's just not something that we see for ourselves. So we were like, okay, that sounds good, and we kind of like pushed that away, like pushed that out of our minds a little bit. And once Alex was getting closer to graduation, we kind of started talking about it again. We were like, okay, so like once my lease is up in May, like, do we want to keep living in LA or do we want to move to Seattle? And I'm pretty sure I did talk to you guys about this in a Vlogmas video, like another chit chat life update. I can't remember what I exactly said in that video, but I think I was just saying how I love Seattle, but like we aren't done with LA yet, or like we're just now experiencing it. Like, I've only lived here for like a year and a half, not even, I don't think. So I haven't really lived here all that long, if you don't count like the summers in between college that I lived out here. Kind of like pushed that idea aside because I was like, you know what? We can't move to Seattle yet. Like, I don't know anyone who lives there. I know Monica's living there now, and Rachel and Chris live there as well, and Marissa used to live there, and like some people like here and there I know have kind of like lived there, but I don't know many people out there. As opposed to LA, I know a lot more people. Not like I know a ton of people out here, but you know, more than Seattle. I really don't know that many people there. So I was like, you know, we can't move to Seattle. Like, I don't know as many people at all, and that's just so like scary to me, like moving somewhere that I don't know anyone, even though I did that for college, but I still had like one friend going into it who was my best friend. So I feel like that really helped. But once you like get out of college, it's really intimidating to meet friends or like go to a new state or city when you don't know a single person. Like, even in college, it's intimidating for sure, don't get me wrong, but you're put in such a scenario where like you're around so many people that are also doing the same thing and also so new to this. Like, so many people go to college from different cities or states, and there's so many ways to meet people in class and organizations that you join that it's just like really easy to make friends in that environment. But when you move to like out of state after college, or if you're not going to college, you know, if you're just like moving somewhere else and pursuing your dream, or just wanting to move to a different city, I don't know, to start fresh, like it's so intimidating. Like, I don't know how people like do that without knowing a single person. It can be really hard as an adult. Like, I feel like not many people talk about how difficult / intimidating that can be to meet people and like put yourself out there once you're not in college. Because especially with my career, like I do YouTube full time, and that's a very like, I can touch on this in a different video, I guess, but it can be a very lonely job. And a lot of people don't think I do this as a job, but like I really do. This is what I do full time, and I film videos mostly in my apartment. Sometimes I go out on location to film, like depending on what I'm doing. But blogging, for me, trying to film videos, trying to get like 2 to 3 up a week, plus my new blog that I started, and keeping up my social media posts, which seems dumb in like a normal situation. I totally get that. But it's like, honestly, it's my job to keep up my social media. Like, it sounds stupid, but that's just the reality of it. So I have to like keep active on those, and I love it. Do not get me wrong. I love Instagram. Like, it's my favorite social media ever. Go follow me if you haven't. It's Instagram.com/CaitlinB. Go give your girl a follow. If you guys go to my Instagram right now and follow me and comment on my latest picture that you are from this video, I will go follow you or spam you. I love creeping you guys, so definitely comment on my latest picture so I can go creep you guys. It's so much fun for me, but it can be lonely. So like for someone who is either an entrepreneur or like self-employed, like, or works from home, it can be really extra intimidating. Like, how do you go to a new city and like meet people when you aren't surrounded by people in a normal work environment or college environment? Like, that can be scary. So needless to say, I was just like, no, like, let's stay in LA. And Alex was still really excited about LA, but at the same time he was really nervous about moving out here. And I won't like get too much into that because that's like his feelings, I guess. But it's just, it is an intimidating city to move to. He didn't know a single person coming out here, besides me obviously, but that was scary for him. And just being like, what do I want to do with my life? Like, that kind of stuff. So I just was like, you know, that's a lot of change at once. Let's stay in LA, but let's move to a different part of LA where we can kind of start fresh and like our own little journey together. So we moved out of Hollywood, or Sarah and I did, obviously. That's where we used to live. Fun fact, that was such an amazing decision. I was thinking about either doing a video or blog post about this, like the truth about moving to LA / even like Hollywood, like just the myths surrounding it and the reality of the situation. So I wanted to move somewhere that I just felt more at ease, being able to walk around. Yeah, so we moved to a different spot and I love it here. Like, do not get me wrong, I absolutely love it here. And we have a beautiful, beautiful apartment. No issues, like, at all. It's honestly been a dream living here. It's amazing, and I can walk my dog and like feel good about it. Like, it's not so crazy around here. I can still walk to quite a bit of things, which is nice. It's not like Hollywood where there's so many things you could walk to. Back to what I was saying, I just got back from Seattle. We just got back from Seattle like yesterday, and I just felt inclined to film this video because, again, I love just like talking to you guys and just like seeing if you guys can help me, if you've ever been in this situation, if you guys have any advice for what to do. I have a feeling I know what a lot of people are going to say. Just hear me out first and then I will get to what I think you guys are gonna say and / ask for advice. So we went to Seattle. We got like almost a week, 6 days in there, which was so fun. We spent the first few days in Olympic National Park, like Bremerton area, and I have a whole vlog coming from my first 2 days in Olympic National Park and like that kind of area. That is coming. That'll probably be my next video, but I wanted to film this first. But you'll be able to see like a snippet of our trip. I really didn't vlog at all in Seattle because I was just so like, there was just so much stuff to do, and like I just didn't feel inclined to vlog. I don't know if that's weird, but I just didn't have my vlogging camera on at all. But I did take a lot of pictures for vlogs, so stay tuned for that. But hopefully you guys weren't too mad at me for not vlogging in actual Seattle. But in Washington, I was still vlogging, if that makes sense. So that'll be up soon. But that was really cool because we spent the first like few days in a totally different area that I'd never been to, and it was like, we spent it hiking and going through rainforests and where Twilight was made, which was really funny, and just like a totally different vibe. Like, we were just like being more outdoorsy, and that's like so up Alex's alley, which was so cool that like Washington has all of that there. Obviously California is amazing for hiking as well, but Washington is like one of the best for hiking in the US at least. And it was so beautiful. You know, you felt a little like disconnected out there, which was really cool. Such like little small towns and just like so lush and beautiful. Oh my gosh, the scenery was amazing. So we got there Thursday night, and then on Sunday we went to Seattle. So we were in Seattle from Sunday, Monday, and then we left Tuesday. So wow, we weren't even there that long actually, which it seemed longer, which is, I think, just we jam-packed like the days. But it was so amazing. I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel very at home when I visit Seattle. And I felt this way the first time, but then I was like, you know what? You can feel that way. I was trying to tell myself, like, you can feel that way any city that you visit for 2 or 3 days. Like, it's so easy to fall in love with a city that's new and different from your hometown or wherever you're currently living, because when it has great weather when you're visiting and great food, like, honestly, those are like the 2 big things I feel like, because when you travel, a lot of it revolves around which food you're eating. When I visited there again, it was like the same thing, and I know, again, it was gorgeous weather when we were visiting too, which Seattle is known for its cloudy and rainy weather, so I get that I need to visit when it's shitty weather for sure. But I've also grown up in Minnesota, went to school in Nebraska, and both of those, like, Minnesota has like almost the same amount of sunny days as Seattle actually, but Minnesota has 53 inches of snow per year versus Seattle has like 5. So it's like actually way worse weather back where I grew up. I'm just very spoiled living in Los Angeles where it's sunny like every single day. But like aside from the weather, I really don't think that could influence my decision that much, to think that like I really see myself living there and I just don't know what to do. I love it, and so does Alex. Like he feels the same way about it. Like we both just absolutely love it there so much, and I think we just connect with it because for me a little bit of it reminds me of like a Minneapolis. Like I don't know, parts of it reminds me of back home because, well, back home there's a lot of lakes. In Washington there's a lot of like oceans obviously and rivers and stuff, but I love the fact that you can just like go take a drive to the ocean and then you can have your city. If you guys have ever been to Seattle, they have just the cutest little streets that are just so incredibly charming, and it's hard to describe that unless you've been there. But if you guys look up like certain cities like Capitol Hill or Ballard, those are just so incredibly cute. I absolutely love them. I just love how there's so much to do there, which is what drew me a lot to moving to LA. There's so much to do here, and I love that I could go hiking if I wanted to, and I could also go to SoulCycle if I wanted to. I could go to any restaurant and find something vegan, which I could not do in Minnesota or Nebraska. It was so hard to eat plant-based there if you were going out to eat. Like there's not many options at all. So I loved how I could move out here, and that was never an option for me. Everyone's really health conscious. And I got great weather here. You can find anything. You don't have to even online shop. Like back in Nebraska, like you're very, very limited. So that's kind of how I knew like Midwest wasn't for me long term, just like with my lifestyle. And I just was really drawn to Los Angeles. I've never been drawn to New York. Like it just is not my city. It's not for me. It's weird that I see myself more in Seattle than here. And it's like, it's drawing me. It's very confusing to me. And I don't know what to think about it, which is why I'm like doing a life update video, because I feel like Trisha Paytas, I don't know. I feel like it was due. I was due to do this video because maybe someone out there is going through a similar situation or could help assist it out. I think a lot of people are going to say that I moved to LA because all the YouTubers were doing it and I shouldn't be in like a toxic environment, like that kind of thing. Anyone out there who thinks that, I don't blame you at all. Don't blame them at all for thinking that, because it is partially very true. But I think when I started YouTube in 2010, I had no intention of doing this as a job. And it got to a point one year, and I was with Sarah, and we were in a hotel room with our manager and some other YouTubers, and they were all talking about how they were gonna move to LA. And Sarah and I just remember felt very envious and like so sad, because we had chosen to go to college and knew that that wouldn't be in the cards for us for years. And our manager was like, you know, you guys would do great out in LA, like so many opportunities out there for you, so many brands are out there like that you can work with and collaborate with other YouTubers. Like it's so much fun. You guys will like really, really do well out there. And we were just like, yes, we need to do it. Very soon after that trip, like we decided that we were going to live out there in the summers between college. So that's kind of how that idea got started. And then we just like fell in love with it, and it was just really nice to have from such early on just knowing what I was gonna be doing after college. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to finish college, but then I'm gonna go to Los Angeles. Like it was so nice having that plan. It was weird like having that idea for years, and then now that I'm here, like not even for 2 years, I'm questioning if it makes sense for me anymore. I think it for sure did make sense to me, and it was not a bad decision. It was not the wrong decision. I don't think it's ever a wrong decision to do what you really truly want to do, and that's what I really truly wanted to do, is move out here. The more I realize, I am not trying to pursue acting or singing or anything specifically in the entertainment industry. I definitely see myself dabbling in those things. I would love to do like voice acting at some point, and I love hosting and I love doing that kind of stuff. I would love to do and correspondent stuff, like all of that I would love to dabble in for sure. But I think most people who come out to LA like have a very set goal in mind of pursuing acting or singing. Those are like the big things. I'm not doing any of those things. So I'm like, why am I adamant about living in here when I could be doing whatever I'm doing from pretty much anywhere? I mean, I think to an extent, I don't know if I can truly do what I'm doing to the best of my ability and what's in my head, like creatively in the Midwest. I don't really see that for me. That's not what I want, but I think the West Coast definitely is for me. Like I think I can still do those things if I wanted to host or correspond or get a voice acting gig. Like I think I could do that living in Seattle or wherever. I could easily come down to LA to do that if I had to be in LA, you know what I mean? It's such a short plane ride from Seattle to LA, and I have so many great friends out here that I could easily stay with if that was ever in the cards for me to like come out and visit or go to a certain event that I had to go to. It's really, really nice living here because there are so many events going on all the time. Getting a little off track here, but I'm just trying to say that I don't think I have to be here in order to do the things that I love, and especially because I just don't see myself like doing those big things that I have to be in LA for. I can so easily come from Seattle to LA to do those things. After this past trip, I just am very lost. My lease is up end of March, which is gonna be like 6 months or less, which is insane to me, which is like gonna be coming up so fast. I know I didn't move in here until like May, so that's why my lease is like, I can't believe it's coming up so fast, but I definitely got my keys much before I moved in here because that was the only time I could do it. So I'm very lost. And I'm sure this may come to a shock to some people, especially my new viewers, because I'm doing my Yippee Move With Me series. I'm still gonna be posting those because I have some amazing ones coming, especially the ones with like these wood walls that I had installed and like how to do those. And I have some really fun decorating things coming. And the last video in that series is going to be my finished apartment tour. I feel like by the time it gets there, I'm gonna be like, oh, I might wanna move. And I just don't know what to do. And I need some advice slash opinions slash if you guys could pose questions to me to think something differently. Like, I don't know. Alex is a finance management major, like sales, he like loves all that stuff. So like Seattle is really good for that, honestly. And it could be really great for him and what he wants to do long term. So that's also something to think about. It's not just me here, obviously. It's not just like a my decision kind of thing. It's kind of like for what would be great for both of us long term. So anyway, I just don't know what I want to do here, what we want to do. It's obviously, again, I keep saying I, but it's we. He has a lot of the same questions I do. He's also like, I just moved here, just starting to feel like it's home and like get acclimated. Do I want to start all over again in less than a year? Like, should we be here for at least another year? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. What I do know is, like, just totally transparent, LA is, it's very high cost of living here. It's not a cheap city to live in. And I know that this place that I'm living in right now is really nice. I'm not discrediting that. And I know for a fact that this is not a typical living situation. But I'm very proud of what I've built and what I've worked really hard for. At the same time, I'm like, do I need this much space? Do I need all this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I could downsize so much and have a cute, charming apartment in Seattle. So much to walk to. Very much more my scene. There's so many creatives there, but in a different way. Like LA has a ton of creative people, do not get me wrong, but it's more like artsy, like a little weird hipster kind of thing, and I love it. And it's just like more like homey, like I don't know, the restaurants, the bars are just more like what I'm used to back home, where they're not like trying so hard, but they're awesome. I love going to like trendy, cool places. I'm not gonna pretend that I don't, but I don't know, there's something about Seattle that just has all that. Like the vibe is just awesome there, and I just feel more like myself over there for sure. I hate moving every single year, and that's not something I wanted to do. When I moved into this place, I was like, I'm gonna stay here for at least 2-3 years. And I don't want to be that person that moves every single year. It's a lot of work and money and stress to move, especially with a dog. I hate putting that on him as well. If I did move there when my lease is up, like I want to know for sure that that's the right decision and that I'm not going to move to a new city after another year. Like I want to stay there. So I'd really have to do my research if that's something that I'm considering. We're going to have to start looking at different cities or like towns in Seattle and touring them, and also going during the rainy seasons and really getting down to it and see if we can really do this, because I think we're leaning towards it, but I really don't know what I want to do. So I would love your guys' opinions. I would love your help, especially if any of you guys live in Seattle. I would love for you to tell me, or if you have like family friends that live in Seattle, please ask them and let me know in the comments below. What are the pros and cons of living there versus, especially versus like LA, but just as in general. I know the weather has a lot to do with it, but again, I'm from a place that like is so cloudy, snowy, like 9 months out of the year. I just hate the snow, but I know it really doesn't snow very much in Seattle, so I can like deal with rain. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much, but I definitely did. I am only back in LA right now for today, and I'm going back to Minnesota tomorrow to go to another wedding, and then Alex and I are driving up to Wisconsin to visit his family for a few days because we haven't seen them since we graduated, and then I will be back in LA for good for a while. So it's gonna be nice to like be back here and settle for a little bit, but at the same time I love traveling and seeing my family and stuff. So just wanted to update you guys a little bit. I really wanted to get a video up for you guys because it has been a week. I know it's a really long time for me to go without posting, so hopefully this will suffice. But the next video is going to be my Seattle, or it's not even really Seattle, but my Washington vlog, what I did manage to film for like the first few days, because I definitely did some filming for you guys, which is really cool. It's so beautiful. You guys are gonna love it. And expect some Seattle blog posts coming very soon. I'm also working on that currently as you're watching this. I'm going to hopefully get that up in the next few days. A really great blog post for you guys. I think I'm gonna do a couple different ones based on Seattle food. That's amazing. What to do in Seattle if you're only there for like less than a week, because that's like the only times I've ever gone there is like less than a week, 3 days. And also I'm gonna do like a little hotel slash Airbnb, where to stay kind of thing. Yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat. Let me know if you guys want more just unfiltered like chit chat videos like this. I would love to do that for you guys. Again, please leave any of your comments, feedback, anything down below. That would really, really help me out a lot. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, become part of the family. If you have not, I would absolutely love if you joined the fam. I promise that all my videos are rambly like this one. I post a lot of videos for young adults, and I have some really fun videos coming for you guys soon. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. What was that?